Flavor Flav. We keep bumping heads.
What's up, Coach? How you doing,
man? How
man?
you doing?
Just see you yesterday.
Picking up the card.
Yo, good luck on your next fight. I want to be there.
We talked about that.
You said I could be there, Coach. I'm looking forward to y'all hear the coach? Y'all hear the coach? Coach said I could be at Tank's next fight so I could watch Tank live with my own eyes knocking this out. Yeah, G. Tank gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Love you,
man.
Coach.
Have a good one, man.
All right.
Let's go.
When they watch us in here working, they saying we going bang, 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 bang.
There you go. Good. There you go.
When he get in that ring, he's on a mission. Because he understand that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you asked for. Let's get it now.
Slow it down.
Good word.
He ain't playing with nobody. You step in that ring with him, be prepared.
Oh my God. All day. There you go. That's it. That's it.
Just relax. There you go. Just relax. Good round. Good round. That's it. Feeling right. I used to tell Tank, man, I see why you waking up for smile, man. Can't help but waking up to smile when the sun show up every day. Years of being with Tank. We at that level been doing it for so long. We should know what we're doing. We can trust each other in the ring, outside the ring. It's bigger than boxing. The way how I describe it with him, man, he's trying to afflict that pain, even when we working out. And he said, man, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I said, you supposed to feel it. You seen a kid that's becoming a man. He's coming into his awareness of being who he's going to become. And it just, I had something to do with it.
Chop, chop.
Good work.
Oh, good rim. Good rim. I like the way y'all jump right back in it. That's right. Make them jokers move. Make them jokers move. Oh, I love what I hear. Y'all making them sing.
Calvin Ford starts putting Gervonta Davis through a tough camp to improve his skills in preparation for his comeback fight.
Oh, good rim. Good rim. I like the way y'all jump right back in it. That's right. Make them jokers move. Make them jokers move. Oh, I love what I hear. Y'all making them sing.
5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Gervonta Davis is back in the gym, and things are getting tough as he gets ready for his next fight. He is going through a tough training camp to improve his skills and fitness. Calvin Ford is putting Gervonta "Tank" Davis through a tough training camp. He is pushing him very hard as he gets ready for his comeback and improves every part of his game.
I'm not a kid anymore. I'm taking my priorities serious. These things matter.
He's not a little Tank anymore. I'm watching a grown man. The journey that I've been with him, I know it's more to come. Because we reaching that pinnacle. Because he's hungry.
We unstoppable when we come together.
The bouts ahead may be tantalizing, but Davis understands that their significance will be tied to January.
As Gervonta Davis gets ready for his next fight, he has started training, focused on improving his skills, getting in better shape, and getting sharp again. Calvin Ford gives Gervonta "Tank" Davis praise for both his strong and focused thought and the way he looks. He said that they are slowly getting back to normal after a long break, going from pre-camp to full training.
And how's Tank been?
In a good headspace, great headspace, looking good, you know, just trying to go through our stages, you know, it's like pre-camp then camp, you know, get them from, we ain't fought in a while, you know what I'm saying, we just get
Calvin Ford said that Gervonta Tank Davis is one of a kind because his opponents don't act the same when they're around him. The tension is real, he said, because Tank is powerful while still being humble. Ford also said that some fighters talk too much and forget who they're fighting.
Notice they don't say nothing like, You know what I'm saying? If you that dude, you're gonna go, you know what I'm saying? They don't do that with Tank, because they know Tank don't play like that. You know that? So if it's beef, you know when it's beef with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we carry it like that. But we try to stay humble. This is a sport. But guys start to run their mouth and forget who they talking to.
There are also more and more rumors that Gervonta Davis is getting ready for a fight with Shocker Stevenson because the two have been arguing on social media recently. Shocker Stevenson, on the other hand, is staying focused and ready for a possible fight with Gervonta Davis while also getting ready for a fight that might happen. Shocker Stevenson was sure of himself when he talked to Gervonta Davis and said that the ring is the only place where things can be settled. He told Davis to hold the fight and bring him out on a big stage in front of everyone.
But like I said, if any fighter have an issue with me, because I feel like Tio was jealous of me. I told him this several times. Any fighter have any issue with me,
Let's do it.
sign the contract, turn the lights on bright, let millions come around the seats to see what's happening. And
Gervonta Davis is also interested in a possible fight with Shocker Stevenson, which means that if the fight happens, he will want to put pressure on Stevenson and fight hard. Shocker Stevenson said he was sure he would be able to beat Gervonta. There is nothing else he can do to make the fight happen.
I would love it, but at the end of the day, once again, if somebody says they never gonna fight me.
Shocker Stevenson's style was called amateurish by Gervonta Davis, who also said that Stevenson would not be able to handle real pressure. He also scolded Stevenson for speaking with confidence without fully introducing himself, which suggested that he tends to back down rather than join in tough debates.
That's amateur come on, bro. When that heat coming back at you, them niggas, like, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. They ain't really, these niggas just talking that way. And it's always, oh, he can be this, he can be the next. Nigga, prove yourself. You still haven't proved yourself. When someone was in front of you that can crack a little bit, he ran.
In response to Gervonta Davis's words on social media, Shocker Stevenson said that the story being spread made him feel ashamed. He said he didn't need the fight because he is financially stable and happy on his own. And he made it clear that the fight is not necessary for his future.
The way that he went on like social media and kind of like bashed me in a way to where it was like he made it seem like I need him. And I just feel disrespected about it because at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. I make my own money. I'm living a spectacular life. I don't need nobody. So if he feels as though I need him and if it's that kind of stuff, then it's like, whatever. I'm not in need of that fight.
The thing is like Tank had gotten a bunch of those high-profile fights. He KO'd Ryan. He's had some big high-profile fights. He looked great.
At the same time, Teddy Atlas said that Shocker Stevenson was a great fighter with a lot of ability. He said Stevenson's writing style was hard to read and that opponents always had to figure out how to deal with his skills. Atlas praised his quick hands, knowledge of the ring, poise, and strong amateur background. He also said he was good at counter-punching, defense, and controlling distance. He also said that a fight with Gervonta Davis would be very interesting to see.
No, listen, Shakur's a terrific boxer, tremendous talent, and he's got a very difficult style to decipher. You know, when you fight him, you have to not only deal with his talent, his great ability, but that you got to find a way to, again, to decipher his style. He's got a style that is very difficult to overcome and to look good with, and to obviously be to be productive with. I mean, he's got fast hands. He's got good eyes. He's comfortable in the ring. He has that great amateur pedigree. He's tremendous counterpuncher, real good defensive fighter. He controls space as well as anybody. I, for myself, would love to see him in Tank Davis.
Roy Jones Jr. also said that Shocker Stevenson stands out because he is disciplined and consistent, and he rarely loses focus when things are important. This is one reason why Jones Jr. somewhat likes Stevenson in the matchup. He did say, though, that Gervonta Davis is the only fighter who can beat Stevenson because of his ability and intangibles. Jones went on to say that Davis is a very serious threat to everyone when he is mentally locked up. However, distractions from outside sources can change how people see his real ability.
Sometimes Gervonta has problems with this, but we have never seen Shakur have problems with this. We've seen him be more disciplined at right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get it twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intentions. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank is a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it makes people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem for anybody.
On the other hand, Stephen A. Smith said that Gervonta Davis was one of the most famous boxers because of his aggressive style and ability to knock out opponents, because he was ready to take hits and land his own. He said that he was like Mike Tyson. Smith also said that Davis's opponents have never been able to really hurt or bother him in the ring.
He's the #1 attraction in boxing. He will finish you. Yeah. He will close. And this brother comes, and he's one of those guys. They call him the mini Mike, as a Mike Tyson. Yeah. He's willing to take a punch to give it now. Yeah. And I haven't seen him hurt. He got bruised. Yep. He might have bruises, but I ain't seen nobody wobble him. I ain't seen anybody hurt him. And Frank Martin was talking, in respect, again, I'm not disrespecting, because Frank Martin showed me he could box, but damn it, you went in there with somebody, you went in there with Tank Davis.
Stephen A. Smith told people not to make mistakes when they were around Gervonta Tank Davis, pointing out how strong and dangerous he was up close. People in the ring were told to stay in the middle and not get stuck on the ropes or in the sides, where Davis is most likely to hurt them.
Ladies and gentlemen, you do not do that to Gervonta Tank Davis. If you got the power...
I haven't seen you this hyped in a long time.
Listen, Gervonta Davis is the real deal. You got to be in the middle of the ring or in the rope. If you're going to be on the ropes, you want to be in the middle. You don't want to be in one of the corners, not against Tank.
On the other hand, a boxing expert said that Gervonta Davis usually wins by knockout because he throws strong punches and looks good in fights. Taking a look at Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, he said that fighting Shocker Stevenson would be very different. It was said that Davis's biggest strength might end up hurting him if he can't stop his opponent, which would be frustrating in the ring.
Tank gonna always get paid anytime he feel like fighting because he got that knockout ratio. Yeah. But when he come across Shakur Stevenson, I'm gonna say it here on the front page, and Tank, I love you, brother, and still would love to talk to you. 100. But when you get in there with Shakur, it's gonna remind me of Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because what you gonna do when you come across a you can't knock out? Yeah. Only thing you gonna do is just get more frustrated.
Terrence Crawford also said that Shocker Stevenson is a different kind of boxer than Gervonta Davis, who he called a very skilled and well-known fighter. He said that his skills are unique, even though some people find him boring or say he can't hit. He also said Davis wouldn't be able to attack Stevenson the way he hits other opponents, which is why people try to play him down despite the fact that he is a multi-division world winner.
And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what? 3-weight world champion.
Additionally, Mike Tyson backed Gervonta Davis and said that a possible fight would be very exciting. He said that Shakur Stevenson is a very skilled athlete who can shoot, but that his style is sometimes less exciting because he is so good at defense. Later, Tyson said that pressure fighters like Tank are needed to really try Stevenson. He also said that Davis is the best boxer right now.
I like to go with Tank. You know, everyone's gonna go with Tank, you know. It would be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster.
Chris Algieri said the fight was extremely intriguing. He said that Shakur Stevenson counts on defense, timing, and range management, while Gervonta Davis's offense is aggressive and has knockout power. Algieri went on to say that the difference between the fighters is what makes the fight so interesting and keeps people arguing about who is the real best fighter.
Tank has it all. And it's very interesting because we have a guy who's so good and so offensive and so destructive. And then we have another guy who's so defensive and so hard to hit and such a good judge of distance. It's a very, very interesting weight class 135, which is exactly why we're talking about it right now.
On the other hand, Abdullah Mason likes Shakur Stevenson in a possible fight with Gervonta Davis because he is precise and has great athletic skills. He said that Davis's most recent performance made him wonder about some things. At the same time, he praised Raches's recent performance, which he said went above and beyond and made him even more sure that Shakur will win.
So who wins if Tank fights Shakur?
Based off the last Tank fight, you know, I'm probably leaning towards Shakur in that one.
Wow, were you surprised at Roach's performance against Tank?
I didn't expect Roach to be as sharp. You know, I knew he was coming with some good work, and I knew he could fight. You know, I actually fought his little brother in the amateurs, you know, back then, and I knew that Roach, you know, I knew that he could fight. But before that fight, I'm thinking, you know, Tank was gonna kind of do what Roach did. But Roach, I feel like he was a little bit sharp.
Gervonta, on the other hand, is still not interested in this argument, but Greg Hackett pushed for a fight between Tank and Shakur Stevenson, saying that boxing needs such a big fight. He said that fans would enjoy their fight because of their different styles. Hackett also said it was strange that the fight hadn't happened yet, though he did admit that there might be good reasons. Still, he made it clear that he really wanted to see it happen.
Saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the two style matchups, you know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally, you know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that.
That's all for today. Keep an eye on this event for new information. If you want to get alerts, press the bell button.